Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. September 8th. Monday, September 8th. Boy, we're getting there. I looked out under the tree this morning. There was some leaves on the ground. So, and it wasn't windy. Yeah, we're getting there. It's cooling down. Won't be long. There'll be a little frost on the pumpkin, as they say. So, yeah, thanks for joining me today, whether it's on the rewind or currently. I just posted in Facebook and said, "Hey, we're live. What's going on?" See who shows up this morning. Had a pretty good weekend. We kind of rested a little bit. Didn't do anything crazy, which is new for us. So we don't always need to knock the ball out of the park every weekend and climb something crazy or do a beastly hike. So we kept it pretty chill, um, and enjoyed it. Charged the battery. Slept good last night. Yeah, I don't know, 73. The number we've been paying attention to is readiness because that indicates how rested you are. So I think I had like an 81 or something like that, which is pretty good. So good morning, Wendy. How are you? I know how you are. What is going on? Happy Monday. What's the focus for this week? Good morning, Mike Nunez, Nunez Vineyard Management over there on the Instagram. Good to see you. Coffee's good this morning. Got it rolling strong. Yeah. Busy day today. A lot going on, a lot of things. Got to do some adulting today, which always sucks. Doing real stuff. But yeah, pop in the chat. Tell me how your weekend was. What are your big rocks that you're lifting this week? How you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Wendy, how you doing on a scale of 1 to 10? Oh man, I was doing some reading this morning on speaking and being more intentional on stage, that kind of thing. So I'm really looking hard at that, so that when I get on stage at Mach 5, I have some impact. So Rico Faizan joined. George Ross is here. Good to see you, buddy. Tags remodeling, renovation, remodeling, tags. Yeah, morning, buddy. How are you? I know you're working hard. Wendy's at 9. Good to hear it. Yeah, what's happening? What the hell going on? Yeah, nice day here today. Nice day. Got to get out. Gonna do a little rock, and then kick ass, take names, all that stuff. What's going on for you guys? How are you? Are you going hard in the paint? Whew. Yeah, we've been talking leadership. I call this 10 days the leadership playbook. And so part of being a good leader and running a company or a team is having an org chart. So I wanted to talk today about building your org chart. And yes, George, even if it's just you need an org chart. Okay. Never did this very well. Never did this very well because I never was. I never thought forward enough to who we might need down the road and what that looked like. And they didn't have the book Who Not How. They didn't have the book Buy Back Your Time. I wasn't thinking like that 15, 20 years ago, right? So I didn't have an org chart. Had I had an org chart, I would have had some boxes and some seats to fill, right? Good morning, Pat Johnston. Good to see you. Checking in this morning. So, yeah, hey, Rico, don't try to sell me something on my live. It's a really good way to get Billy jacked right out of here. So, but thank you. So, yeah, back to one more second. Yeah. Good morning, bro. Thanks anyway. Sales faux pas. Yeah, org chart. Why do you even need one? Good morning, Bill Gustafson. So we needed one. We needed to know where we were going. It reminds me of a story Steve tells about, if you punch something into Google Maps, you need two things. You need a starting point and an end point, right? Otherwise, you're going nowhere. Doesn't know where you are. Doesn't know where you want to go. All right. And it's not, an org chart isn't about like figuring out how big you are, right? It's about how clear you are, being clear so that everybody in the company knows the vision. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Alex. Good to see you. Alex checking in at a 9.5. Yeah. Good to see it. Because it matters, right? Because chaos comes from unclear roles, right? Hey, Bill and Alex work together. If Alex doesn't know what his role is, we've got chaos. And then he's going like this with Bill going, hey, oh, I thought you had that. No, I thought you had that. We don't know. Without structure, everything floats back to the owner, right? With structure, everyone knows who does what. And the owner is free to lead and create the vision, and the team executes that vision. Okay. Roles before people, right? Don't build an org chart around the people you have right now. Build it around the roles the business needs to function at its best. Because guess what, guys? They may be the wrong people. They may be the wrong people. Maybe you don't have buy-in. Maybe they're not on board with your vision. Maybe they're not team players. Could be, right? For example, some roles: sales, estimating, project management, production, admin, finance. Those are roles. Positions, right? Seats we need to fill. And then wear one hat at a time, right? You may wear multiple hats today. Say owner, sales dude, estimator, bookkeeper, all the things, right? Pick up lumber at the lumberyard guy, right? But clarity comes from writing those hats down. Write down the things that you are doing so you can eventually hand them off. See what that looks like, right? And then you got to kind of future-proof this thing, right? It's great for future-proofing. What is future-proofing? It's just not for today, right? It's the blueprint for tomorrow. Because if we're not thinking about tomorrow, then we're just worrying about today and yesterday. So when it's time to hire, you're not guessing. You're like, oh, we hit 1.5. My org chart says at that level, we need to be looking to offload sales or estimating, right? Or we're going to do that at the 2 million level, or we're going to do that at the 200,000 level, depending on what your business is and what you need from it. Okay. So at that point, you're not guessing. You already know the role to fill. And you can write the job description for that. Okay. And the ownership of that, it creates accountability, right? When someone knows they own a box on the chart, they know what they're responsible for. Simple as that. There's no more, like I said, like, geez, I thought you had that, Bill. Shit, I didn't do that because, last year you kind of handled that. And everybody's going, we don't know what we're doing. So nobody's leading, okay? So sketch out your org chart this week, guys. Just sketch it out. Doesn't have to be anything sexy, right? Alex and Bill, put yours together. Where's Alex? Where's Bill? Who's Alex handling? Who's Bill handling? Good morning, Dave Brackett. Good to see you. Sketch out that organizational chart this week. Across the top, owner, CEO. Beneath it, sales, estimating, production, project management, admin, finance. And then write your team's names into the boxes they cover today. Yes, your name might be in multiple boxes, right? You might be sales, you might be estimating, you might even be production if you're a one-man band. Good morning, Danielle. But then circle the role you first need to get off your plate in the next 90 days, right? Hey, if Danielle's doing, administration, bookkeeping and accounting and hiring and firing and, running team meetings, what's the one role that she needs to unload in the next 90 days? Maybe none. Maybe that's just the way the business runs. But I would guess that as a business grows, you need to shed some of those roles. Okay. Stay with the $10,000 decisions, unload the $10 tasks. That's not to demean the task or the person that's doing it. It just means that there are lower level things that you need to unload as you grow. Okay. So circle that role you need to get off your plate in the next 90 days. Okay. Your org chart is your roadmap. Okay. Without it, you're going to stay stuck doing everything. Complaining, it's just working. People ask, what are you doing? All busy, just doing everything, But with it, you'll finally let go of, you'll know what to let go of and who you need to hire next. Okay. You'll know what to let go of, and you got to know who you need to hire next. what seat you're looking for. I saw a great quote this morning. I did a screenshot of it so I could remember to share it with you guys. And it says, leadership is a practice of imperfect humans leading imperfect humans. That's why it's so hard. It was from a TED Talk by Ann Morris, a leadership visionary. Make sure I give her credit. Leadership is a practice of imperfect humans leading imperfect humans. That's why it's so hard. Yeah, we don't all have it figured out, guys. We got to try every day. And a great way, a great step to make in that direction is just scratching out an org chart. Okay. Do two, one for today, and then one for the level where you're headed. So if Bill and Alex are looking to do 10 million, 5 million, whatever it is, they've got one for today, right? Right what existing today is, and then write what it's going to look like at that next level. Okay. Then you're back to that GPS, right? You got a starting point, you got an ending point. And then you can reverse engineer that. So if we're going to 5 million, what are we going to need at 2.5? And put those seats in and all along the way. Okay. So it's just a way to be more intentional with your growth. And it's also a way to be able to answer the question from an employee, a team member. Hey, what's my next step? How do I move up through the company? I mean, if you guys worked somewhere, didn't you want to know where the next step is? Right? People will leave for someone that can tell them what the next step is. If you can't answer that question, you're going to lose good people. You know, hey, so-and-so, I know you're doing this right now, but I don't know what you're going to be doing in a year. Versus, hey, see this box? This is what you got to do to get there. Okay. Then you start to create a team. Then you start to have a shared vision about what's going on in your company. And that's when you're dangerous. Okay. All right. If that resonated with you, pop a fist pump in the chat. If you're going to scratch out your org chart today, doesn't have to be anything great. Pop it in the chat. Maybe circle a few tasks and a few hats that you need to stop wearing and things you need to stop doing in the next 90 days. And then what has to happen for you to unload that? You know, if it's, hey, I gotta lose this sales hat in the next 90 days. What do you need to do? I need to hire a salesperson. What needs to happen to be able to do that? Well, I need a job description. I need to create an ad. I need to know the disc profile of the person I'm looking for. Right? Okay. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. Knew somebody was listening. Oh. Well, hey, what are you guys doing October 1st? Alex, what are you doing October 1st, buddy? Correct answer is I'm going to be in Houston, Bob, at the Mach 5 event. Not too many people have commented on my new snazzy ticker tape thing going across the bottom of the screen. Announcing Mach 5. I even put the website in there. Wendy's impressed. That's good. Yeah, as I work on creating my my talk for Mach 5, it occurred to me, I like asking myself some questions like, what are people, why are they coming? What do they want to get from this? How can I make them feel when they leave, you know? So that's the kind of stuff we're looking at. And I know that Steve's doing that. Eli Wild is doing that. Jason Cisneros, Tony Flatham, all the guys from our sales team, Nick, Adam, Tony, all of them. So Kaz, all the guys that are working behind the scenes to make this thing happen. So yeah, Wendy's done a lot of working on hotel blocks, food trucks. We got people that are just making things happen. We're gonna do a casino night on night 2. The benefit will be the Live Like Jet Foundation to help get kids get to trade school, kids that might otherwise not be able to go. So yeah, Bill will be there. Okay, Alex, I thought you were coming. I thought it was the other way around, but good. We'll need one of you there. So that's good. Wendy's got hotel blocks put together. Grab the links. I mean, look at them coming. She's got it all going on. So that's not easy stuff to do either, guys. So these guys have been in the background making things. I just said, hey, let's have an event. And it ruined people's lives for the next 3 or 4 months getting ready for this thing. So The Live Like Jet Foundation link is right there. Check it out. It's on Steve's website as well. And it's just a cool foundation and a great way to honor the legacy of his son, Jet, that lived a pretty wild 19 years and got a lot out of life. Visited, I think, 19 countries or something like that. Bought his first income property at age 14. Was a welder, and he was in the trades and going in the trades. And that's been a passion of Steve's to make sure other kids have that opportunity. And he's been successful at doing that. Just this spring went to the first graduation of the first couple guys that went through that he was able to help. So it's pretty awesome. Pretty good to see. And it's pretty cool that, there's people that do well in life and don't share it. There's people that do well in life and don't reach back and help someone else up. And it's good to see Steve do that. It's pretty cool all the way around. So the proceeds from the casino night on Thursday night will go to benefit that foundation. So good stuff. It's not like we're not out there just printing money on this thing. In fact, when you have an event, it's pretty widely accepted in the industry that you're going to lose money. If you break even, you've hit a home run. So we're trying to break even because we don't want to lose money. But frankly, I think we're okay doing a little of that too, to make sure that we bring something great to this personal and business development community that we operate in. And we want to make sure you guys can get there. To that end, if you have a financial constraint and you're like, hey, Bob, I really want to go. I can't swing the ticket, but I probably could get there and do the lodging. Give me a buzz. Let's have a conversation. It goes no further. We're going to do what we need to do to try to figure out a way to get you there. Okay. We've said that before. So I don't see Dave Howard in here today. And Rachel did message, and she said she's been recovering from some stuff. So she appreciates the team and the group here this morning. And a couple of our regulars that are on normally. So I'd like to call that out. And then try to make sure you guys, if you don't catch it on the live and you're watching on the replay, just pop replay or rewind in there or something. Give me a fist pump. Let me know later in the day so I can say, hey, somebody's watching this thing. So day 255 today. Holy crap. 255. What's that? 110 left, something like that. So yeah, I started 5 days early, so screwed up my math. So every day I'm like, okay, 181 days through June, July 31, August 30, 31, 30, plus the 5, now 8, 255. The math is getting harder every day. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day today. If you need me, let me know. I'm around. We would love to see you at Mach 5. I'm handling the daily sales accelerator call today at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. We'll talk mindset and how people are, how you're showing up on your sales calls and as a leader. Okay, so it'd be a good one to catch there on the DSA. If you're not a member of the DSA and you like to catch those calls, grab the link. I'm sure Wendy will. I'm just scrolling back. I don't know if she's put that in yet or not, but she will. See you on the call, Pat. Yeah. What happens on day 366? I want it to go away. Well, we'll see how the next 110 go. If I'm like that guy in that movie, getting lopped off. Oh, only a flesh wound. I've had worse. They're just parting me out by that time. We'll see what happens, but not ready to make that commitment yet, Alex, but I do enjoy doing it. I do enjoy doing it. It keeps me sharp, keeps me getting up and going and all that stuff. And I think, you guys know I haven't, in order to do the live, my thing is I've got to hop in the shower by 7, get the thing teed up, make sure I've got, take the time to go over it, open up StreamYard, open up the Google Drive, get my notes on the right, StreamYard over here, get it posted on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that. Maybe do a promotional post, right? Then say I'm live on. So there's a lot that goes on in the hour leading up to it. And I look back and I'm like, damn, I've done that 255 days in a row. So, I'm not sleeping in, I'm not laying around. I'm not hopping off the couch and just shooting from the hip. The Holy Grail. Yeah. Generally a flesh wound I've had worse. Yeah. Always a little nugget coming from you to help me get after it. Yeah. I love it, Alex. Yep. It's good. And it has helped me too, help me become a better speaker. I'm better on my feet. I'm more comfortable on stage doing the thing. So, It's all good. Dave says if I miss it live, I listen when I'm on the road usually. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to do it. Every once in a while, we get it a little late, or I have to go super, super early because we're hiking. So, um, Alex, yeah, Alex is here, Dave. I don't know what you mean by Alex. Um, so, yeah, we'll just keep on trucking. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, it's been fun. We've had Steve on a bunch to talk about what's going on in the Rosenberg group programs, and also, to really, really promote Mach 5. And we're just super excited to be doing it. It's like, but I told him, I said, like, don't decide if you're doing another one until a week after the first one, because as Dave knows, when we cross the half iron finish line, we're like, I'm never doing a full. I'm never doing a full Ironman. Screw that. And about 4 days later, you're online saying, "Oh, I wonder where the next race is." So, as it is with events, and you get through all the stuff leading up to it, and all the planning and all the things, and then about a week later, you're like, "All right, we'll probably do that again next year." It's like having kids in diapers, right? A couple years out, you're like, it wasn't that bad. Right? Never say never. Jason Greenleaf, good to see you. Checking in from Rustic County. There's a Millinocket in Rustic County. No, it's in what is it, Penobscot? Yeah, Wendy corrected me on that the other day. Not sure Millinocket is the county, but anyway, from Millinocket, here in the great state of Maine. Yeah, never say never. So, guys, I'm going to get going. We got to go out and do a ruck, throw the weighted vest on and do a few miles. Good to see you, Bubba. Where you been? Good morning, Steve. These guys are coming in now. The hell you guys been? What is going on? Get in here. We'll chat for a second. Hang on. Steve, are you flying? Please paste this in here. We'll stick around a minute, see if I can get a couple of these guys to pop on. Bubba's probably driving or being driven by his brother. Penobscot County. Wendy corrected me again. Yeah. The other day I thought I was right about something. I was wrong. We're in the Jeep. I said, no. I was totally like, wasn't I, Wendy? I know what it was we were talking about, but I was right. Then I was wrong. So, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, look at this guy. Here's Bubba Hogan. Speaking
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good.
You in the office, kicking and screaming?
Yeah, I was in the office early, and I got to thinking. I was like, heck, I think Bob may be on live. I forgot what time it was, so I got here at the office a little early this morning. So
yeah, good for you, man. Good to see you. How was your weekend?
It was good. So
yeah, sell anything?
Yeah, a couple of Christmas light jobs come in Friday night, Saturday morning. So
they probably pay better than that one you had in Maine there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a wedding venue light. That wasn't Christmas lighting.
Yeah, I just sent Steve an invite. We'll see if he checks in. I don't know if is he on his way back from London, or is that tonight?
I don't know. I think it is nighttime there though. Right now, they're 8 hours ahead.
That's right. Yeah, actually,
or afternoon. He'll be early afternoon, I guess.
He may actually be in the air. Not sure yet. Let me see if he comments. He said morning, but I don't know how he does it, man. We were on a treadmill the other day. I looked at him. Of course, I had slept late until 6, so I'm like 20 minutes into a treadmill workout. I've only been awake for 30. I look at him. I go, "What state are we even in?" I don't know how you guys do it. You move around a lot too.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it unless they got the same room number at hotels, because I find myself walking to the wrong room sometimes.
Yeah, that could get you in trouble. Yeah. Hey, not to beat on people about it, but I know you. I mean, I don't know anyone that goes to as many events as you do. Simply, why?
I guess you'd say, I mean, like I said, if I can get a golden nugget from one thing, I'm all for it. I learned a couple of years back, quit asking what's this going to cost me and what's it going to make me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone to Miami to a roofing convention one time, or a roofing seminar, and they looked at me like, what do you do, or something? Everybody's talking. I'm like, I'm a pond guy. You do what? What are you doing at a roofing? And I ended up hearing Myron Golden there and a couple other guys, and I got a lot out of that, and I ended up, being able to apply things and make more money.
Right.
Also networked and met with a couple of guys that they've actually turned me on to a few jobs since then even. So, I mean, you never know who you might network with, and who do you know that I should know?
That's a fantastic point. That's a fantastic point. And it didn't have to be a pond thing. I mean, as Dave will tell you, sales is sales.
Yeah.
But, all kidding aside, it does have all the same mechanisms across the board to each business, right? We're just selling different things, right?
Yeah. I mean, I look at it too as, who's my top 100 list, as far as my connections.
Hmm.
Who do I, like back to I said, who do you know that I should know, and who do I know that you should know?
Right.
I mean, I connected you and Steve together, and look where it's at now. I mean, it's things like that.
100%. Yeah. Because I saw him.
You never know what's going to come about.
Yeah. I saw him speak at Mile High and shook his hand and shot the shit for a minute afterwards. But that was the end of it. I think you had signed up for his program. And then last year, you're like, you and Steve need to connect. And I could see some real synergy there. And yeah, you're right. Look what's happened. So just never know. It's a great example of it. But guys, you got to be willing to bet on yourself, right? You got to be willing to say, hey, I'm going to go there. I'm going to grab something. I'm going to come home and I'm going to implement it. And I'm going to make life better for me, my family, my business. And you've been able to, and Steve's even worked some of this into his advertising where like you've been able to go away and still have your business run as a result of doing some of these things, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's one of those, I travel a lot, but then last year when I completely went out of it, it's one thing when I go travel, I'm available by phone or, I can get on the internet and sit there and Zoom with somebody or do something. But
right
when my back went out last year and I literally, from the surgery, the pain pills, everything else, I couldn't do anything. And
yeah,
I more or less wasn't even thinking clearly. So I told the people, my guys, don't call me. Y'all got to run the operation.
Yeah.
So they operated it from April all the way through the end of September, literally with little to no anything input from me.
No kidding. Yeah. And I mean, in all honesty, if you look back at that time, there's probably a few opportunities missed, probably a few things that maybe you'd have done a little bit differently, but on balance, it ran. It was still there when you got back and it still went forward.
Yeah. I mean, I learned done is better than perfect, and 80% of what I could do is 100% good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I heard it said last week, I read it or something, repeated it, regurgitated it. If you can find somebody to do something 70% as well as you can, then you got them. Fill the seat, right?
That's 10% less than what I heard in different places, but
something, yeah,
good enough. Yeah,
yeah, close enough. Done's better than perfect,
close
right?
enough for horseshoes, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because we all as owners try to do everything all the time, right? I mean, if you started out as a solopreneur, you had to do the stuff, right? And we talk about who you surround yourself with and how you can offload things. So the thing you jumped in toward the end today, but we talked about org charts today. Talked about building your, as it looks today, but also build it out for what you're building, right?
Yeah, you want the one that's going to be 10 years from now. What do you vision and see your business 10 years from now?
Right.
And I've been working with somebody here lately more about my goals and goal setting, things like that. It's, they talk about, you got to visualize, that's the difference between what they talk about with champions and dreamers. Dreamers dream about it, champions sit there, they've already lived it. And now when they're doing it. So, I mean, you sit there, how many times does Michael Jordan sit there and dream of hitting that last shot or, or winning the championship? He'd already lived it in his mind 1,000 times before he actually did it in person.
Yeah. Yep. It's like, I used to talk to people when a race and triathlon. I'm like, listen, race day is graduation day. The hay goes in the barn on all the training days, all the days that you get up when you don't want to, you do the ride, you do the run, whatever, you get to the pool. It's a pain in the ass. You get it done. Nobody sees it, right? You're building it kind of not on stage, right? You're doing the thing. So what's next for you? You're back. You're at the gym every day. You're stripping pounds off. I know you are. And
new goals, baby, new goals. I got 225 set in my sights. Actually, a 36-inch waist is what's set in my sights.
Nice.
Next year, not this year, but next year on stage, I may be the slimmest one out of the three of us up there.
Not if I have anything to say about it. I'm working too.
Still gonna be the best looking either way, but I mean, my goal is a 36-inch waist. The weight, that's what somebody, what weight? It's kind of hard with the weight because 225. I've had a couple times where I've been in the 220 to 240 range, and I'm
Yeah.
in really good shape, depending on how hard I'm hitting the weights, how
Right.
much muscle mass I put on. Because even in college, I was 260 at a 36-inch waist. I mean, I'm not going to be back there again, but that was a
Right.
lot more muscle and heavier lifting back then. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's like just healthy, right?
yeah. Yeah, I want to feel good. I want to be able to bend over, tie my shoes, not be out of breath, walk up a hill, not be
Yeah.
completely out of breath or hurting. Just in good shape.
Yeah. Yep. Tony's on here. He says, handsome guy right there. He a looker. Oh shit. Speaking of handsome, guess who else checked in? Johnny Ortiz. Yeah, Johnny Juan said 2 legends. I'll take 60% better. Yeah, and I always give Johnny a nod because he was the one when I was with you when I met Johnny.
Yeah.
And I think it was in Dallas, and he said, the biggest thing that moved the needle for me and my coaching business was going live every day. And Johnny, 255 days in, I can tell you that the same things happened for me for a number of different reasons. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you. It's good stuff. Bubba, what's your next event? You got to be squeezing something in between now and Mach 5.
Oh, I'm next Wednesday. I'm flying up to New England area, up to Boston.
Really? What are you doing up there?
I might see a couple of leaves change. I'm gonna pick up a few friends, and then we're gonna head almost over into Canada at this little cabin outside Maine, and I'm gonna get away for a retreat. A couple of guys together, gonna unwind, relax, do some thinking time, some bonding
Yeah.
time. Come away with some ideas to sit there and see if I can't sit there and bring 2026 into a new year.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, brother. Looking forward to having you back up at camp. And as long as you behave better than last time, it should go fine.
No keys. I won't touch any keys this time.
I know, but I don't even, I can't even think of the things that I know you're probably already thinking of to screw with me. Shit. We're going to have fun. Some good guys coming up. And guys, if you have people in your community that you want to spend more time with, reach out to them, put something together, right? Like we have, where Bubba and I spend time together offline with a few other guys. And it's just where like everybody's pulling on the same end of the rope. Everybody wants you to win. They're guys you could share whatever with and not going to be judged. And so that's going to be, that. If you don't have that in your life, get it. Look around. Who are your 5, right? So we're looking forward to it.
As you can see, my calendar back here behind me, I got it booked up pretty much. I don't have many open days left.
There's a lot of color. A lot of color.
The color is pretty much an event or out of town. That's something I'm participating in. So
big ass calendar. Yeah.
I get home that Monday after Maine, and I'm there Monday afternoon, Tuesday, and then I leave for Gatlinburg with the wife and the kids. That for the rest of that week. I think I get home for a couple of days and fly out to Houston, I believe it is.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
it'd be Jesus coming right
Mach
up
5.
to the Mach 5. What would you say to somebody who hasn't bought a ticket yet? I was thinking about it.
Buy it. If you can't afford it, contact me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Find a way to get there. Find a way to get in the room. Find a way to get to the hotel where everybody's hanging out at if you don't even want to go to the event.
Yeah.
I mean, I've found times where I've sat there and I've ended up at a hotel before with other conventions going. Of course, David, my brother, he scratches his head and laughs at me because I've sat there and gone there like a wedding crasher. I've just gone in there, started hanging out, or walked through the trade show part with whatever the other venue is. And you end up meeting people, they start talking. And like I said, you end up becoming Facebook friends, or you get a connection, and you never know what's going to come about from it.
Right. It's like Dave Brackett when he, takes his kids to a hotel that he's not staying at because they serve breakfast. He just says, "Hey, kids, just look like you belong."
I wouldn't go that far necessarily. I am supposed to be at that hotel. I'm just saying, though, get where the people are. Like I said,
right.
People aren't just going to come to you. Good things don't just come to you. You got to make life happen. There's those that live life and then they complain about it, and then there's those that make life happen for them. They live the life they want to live. They design it.
100.
And I can definitely tell the difference last couple of years and things like that. I mean, are you going to have bad days? Are you going to have bad events? Yeah. It's like, I think it was Tony Robbins talking about, pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional.
True. Yeah. And, it brings me back to something I used to say, I quote very often for people, like whether training for a marathon or training for a triathlon or whatever, it's like, it's going to hurt. But the amount of training you do on the front end determines how long you go in the game before it starts hurting real bad, right? So
Yeah, I mean, how much pain or regret do you want? I mean, do you want the
yeah,
pain or regret on October 5th thinking I should have gone to Houston?
yeah,
I mean, it's better to get back home and say, man, I'm glad I went. I won't go back next year than to sit there and say, I wish I'd gone.
yeah,
Because I've been to a few events and I sit there and say, I'm not going to go back. But I always, if you go searching, you're going to find some kind of nugget.
yeah.
And like I said, I always come back with something. It's maybe not worth the entire event, but it's at least it paid for itself and I learned something from it.
100%. Steve just texted. He said over the Atlantic. So I guess that's a no.
Keep it out of the water, Steve.
Keep it out of the water.
It's on my bucket list though. The yellow raft is on my bucket list coming out of an airplane. I always want to do a belly flop with a news camera out there watching.
God. Yeah.
Steve always tells me you can do something. You can always do something one time.
Yeah. He said to me, I think we were in Houston once. He goes, yeah, you don't want to do that. You get dirt poisoning. I go, what? It kind of caught me off guard. And I'm like, oh, I know what he means now. Faster way to the crash site. So yeah. All kidding aside, fly safe, ride safe, whichever you're doing. And we're looking forward to Mach 5. Guys, if you don't have a ticket, get one. If 20, I always say if 2025's starting to look a whole lot like 2024 did, and you didn't like that, what's going to change? Take the bull by the horns, as they say. Do something different. Figure out a way to get there. Don't ask yourself what it costs. Ask what it would cost you not to do it, to not be there. All right.
What's it going to make you?
Yeah. Like Steve said, don't text me the week after with FOMO, with like, oh man, it looks like it was great. I wish I'd been there. You have the opportunity.
Can I get a recording? It's like Steve said, nope, you got to be in person. He's not going to send recordings out.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot to do that. But it's, we understand there may be some situations where somebody may not be able to attend for certain reasons, but we want people in the room. You're going to have the most impact. And the people that are going to be there, like, Steve's working with Eli Wild. And guys, if you don't know who Eli is, look him up on YouTube. The guy, he used to be top, Tony Robbins' top closer. Okay. Sold like 12.8 million from stage in an hour one time. So he knows how to do it. He can help you with all that stuff. These guys they're going to be in the room, but they're sticking around. All right. Like, I think Jason Cisneros is hanging out for the whole event. Tony Flatam's going to be there. Like, you and I will be there the whole time. The whole sales and marketing team for the Rosenberg Group is going to be there. Okay, so these are the guys you go up and tap on the shoulder at the networking event. Say, hey man, I got this going on. What do you think about it? Right? That's what it's all about. That's where the conversations happen, not they, Bubba? Those hallway stuff,
The hallway, like I said, the hallway, the restaurants later at night. Top Golf is just around the corner, and I might just go get a couple of bays one evening and get some folks to go hang out with me and do a little Top Golf.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we had a good time with that. I had never done it. We went out when we were in Dallas with Bailey and Tyler and did Top Golf. I had a blast with that. Once I got done trying to hit it over the net.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good times. So, anyway, Tony Ruffin says, you don't want these mofos training your competition. Oh, shit.
I'm looking forward to seeing Tony. I ain't seen Tony. Heck, I guess probably back up at Shinholzers on a truth hike last time I saw Tony, maybe.
Yeah. Tony's good people. So, doing good things. So, anyway, and guys, those are the people you meet at these things. You meet them and they become friends. They're in your phone. They're now part of your Rolodex, not to date myself, but part of your network. And it doesn't go away. You can't get rid of these guys. Look at this guy. So anyway, Bubba, what do you want people to know? Anything if they're thinking about going to an event, going to Mach 5?
If you ask yourself, what would you do? Just turn around and ask yourself one other question. WWBD, what would Bubba do? He'd buy the ticket, he'd go, he'd have a blast, and go searching for something. Don't just show up. Have something in mind. What are you looking for? What's your main objective? What's your goal for going? Because if you got an objective and a goal, you're going to find it, or you're going to find somebody that can help you get there.
Right.
And that, if you don't know where you're going, it's hard for anybody to help you get to that destination. It's like stopping at a gas station and ask for directions, but you don't even know where it is you're wanting to go.
Yeah.
There's no way for them to help you. But if you at least have a destination, hey, I want to go to Graceland. I can give people directions how to get there. Yeah. So, I mean, if you're wanting to know how to sell better, how to close better, how to get better profit margins, what am I charging? What's going on in my business? How can I get here? between the 14 or 15 people that are going to be on stage at some point in time, one or all of us could be able to help you out. And
Yeah.
if we have to, I mean, everybody's there and it's available. It's not a sneaky off the backstage and out the back door. You're not going to get to talk to the speakers. They're there. They're going to be out in the crowd, sitting around in the evenings during the daytime on the breaks. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's just they're on stage talking and you don't get to talk to them again.
Yeah, hey, we've got Lee Labrada as well. 1985 Mr. Universe. Top
I don't know if he's
7 year.
I
Like,
put him about second place, 2025, Mr.
Yeah.
Bullet here, but
we should just when Lee walks in, you and I should just mean
start
mug him.
flexing.
Just mean mug him for a couple hours. He's like, Steve, who are these guys over here?
He better bring my T-shirt. He promised me. Steve
Right.
keeps avoiding.
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
keeps telling me he's going to get it for me, and he doesn't get it. So I'm gonna wear my first form T-shirt. I done told him, give me a Labrada. I'm gonna wear first form. Your choice, Lee.
Your
I think
choice,
Lee was like looking at Steve and was like, who's this idiot?
Yeah. Well, he's coming from his I mean, they're having a 30th anniversary celebration, I think, that week. That week. And he's taking kind of pressing pause on that and coming over to see us. So that's pretty cool. It speaks to the level of regard he has for Steve and the community.
Oh yeah, he's a great
So
guy.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, Bubba, I'm glad you jumped on. I was just getting ready to wrap up and I saw you pop on and I wanted to get you on and say hello and catch up. I'm looking forward to having you back to Maine again.
It'll be like
and,
fourth time this year. I don't think I went to Maine until 2023.
Yeah.
It's the first time I ever been to the state of Maine.
No
and I
kidding.
think I've been probably freaking dozen times already now in the last 2-3 years now.
Yeah, it grabs a hold of you. Just ask all those people from Massachusetts.
I mean, I learned where the toothbrush came from, where flannel shirts originated. I mean,
Yeah.
all these different things I never knew.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
The moose knuckle. I mean, all these things I've heard of as a kid and everything, this all originated in Maine. I
Right.
never knew that.
Yeah, and if you pay attention, you come across the state line, you can just feel your IQ increase.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right, man. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Sell something, and maybe we'll see you. You going to join me on the DSA today?
Yeah, I should be there. I may be from my phone. I've got to help David. I got some folks not showing up for work today. So
Yep. Yeah. The joys of being a business owner. All right, man.
Yeah.
The toothbrush. Yeah, Tony, if it was invented anywhere else, they'd call it the teeth brush. All right.
All right, I gotta go.
All right. See you later. Bye.
See you later, Bob. Thanks.
See ya.